it's Morgan from For the Love of Paper, and I am here with a process video for you. And this time I am using a kit from Delish Scraps. Now I have got an unboxing video up on the website already, on the YouTube already, and so this is the process video for that kit. So I'm just showing you what I had. I had the kit there. I pulled a few extra embellishments from my stash, and then I pulled a few bits of paper. This is the photo that I'm scrapping. It's of Sam and I, and then this is the paper that I'm starting with. Now I had already splashed some pale pink watercolor ink or something on it. It was a piece of paper I had sitting in a box, and I thought it went quite well with this kit as it was quite a bit of pink in the embellishments, and I didn't want to put too much pink on the layout because it was of Sam, well, me as well, but yeah, so I tried to make it subtle. That didn't quite work out to plan, and you'll see why at the end. But yeah, so I'm just trying to yeah, the paper that I used, I had that, and it was a nice pale pink, so I decided to use that old piece of paper as my background. And I just mounted it on a piece of pink paper, and then I had this was actually packaging, that lined piece. It just looked like a piece of notebook paper, but it was some packaging that I had from something at some other point, and decided that that would make some good backing for my photo as well, which it does. So sticking all of that down there. I think this video took me, it was 28 minutes in real time to do, which isn't too bad. It would have taken me a little bit longer had I done all the spritzing on the paper to start with, but that was already done for me. So yeah, 28 minutes, it's a pretty quick layout for me. I normally fiddle around for quite a while doing mine, but yeah, this is a nice quick one, which is nice. It's nice to get a couple of them done really quickly, or one done really quickly at least. And I do have another video coming up using this same kit for this month as well, so I will be putting that up. I don't know if I'll get it up for before the end of the month. I might, I'm not sure. But if not this month, it will be up next month. So I did kind of follow their sketch that they had for their challenge, and I used the products that were in the kit. So I will be submitting this for the Delish Scraps challenge for the month. I'll put a link to their Facebook group or blog or something in the description bar below. So I really wanted to use the doilies on the page. They came in the kit. I can't remember if it was both of them. Oh no, it was a dark grey and a light grey, I think, and I just got a white one out of my stash, and it was just too, I don't know, it sort of blended in when it was just one, so I layered them one on top of the other, which seemed to look a little bit better, and it didn't look quite so and in your face. I toned it down a little bit, but it was nice. I don't use doilies very often. I love them, and they always look amazing on other people's pages. Sorry, that was my phone just going off. I'll turn that off now. Doilies always look amazing on other people's pages, but I can never seem to pull them off properly. But I think this time I nailed it, and I loved this chipboard hearts embellishment, but I didn't want to use it all in one go. Like, I could have just stuck it all down, but I really wanted to be able to use it on another layout, so I just cut out a little border of it to pop along the top. So yeah, so I'm using it up, and it looks really cool. I really like how it turned out. I do spray it with some inks. I can't remember which one I used. Oh, this is a Heidi Swap one, I think. Yeah, see, it's very pink, and I wanted this to be subtle, and it didn't quite come out that way. This is like the brightest part on the whole page, and it actually, I think it looks quite nice in the end. So then I tried this other lighter pink one that I had. I can't remember what kind that one is. But it just sort of, you couldn't really see it. So that wasn't good enough. I think that's a Lindy Stampkin, actually. Yeah, and it was just too light. I couldn't see it. And I was having such a hard time getting it out. So then I went with the pink. And I just tried to get, like, how I did there. So I dabbed off part of it to make it not so bright. So before it dried, so I sprayed it all on. Then before it dried, I just wiped off a big chunk of it so it wasn't too bright. I don't know why I did the splatters. Maybe I should have just left it as the splatters now that I look back at this. Oh, I don't know. I think I was just having a play. Bit of a play around. Sorry, I'm feeling a little bit ill today, so I've got a bit of a cough and a bit of a stomach ache. So, but I really wanted to do these voiceovers and get them up for you guys this week because I didn't have one out yesterday on Saturday. Normally I have one out on Saturday, but I didn't have one. I just didn't have time to edit and voice over last week. So I made the effort to sit down today. And it's a long weekend this weekend, so we have, well, my husband has tomorrow off work, so I didn't want to be spending all day in my office doing this sort of stuff. So I thought I'd sneak in a couple now. Their boys are watching TV or playing games or something. So that, I think that came out really nice. It did come out pretty much how I wanted it, even though it was a bit too bright and in my face. But because it's tucked away behind the photo, it's not so bad. So you can still see it, and there's that bit of pink which brings over into the other embellishments that I was using. And yeah, I quite like how it turned out in the end anyway. And the reason I used this particular photo was because they've got the wood veneer that was in the kit. If you have watched the unboxing kit, you would have seen what was in there. And there's a You and Me wood veneer, and I really, really wanted to use that. I wanted that to pretty much be my title, I suppose, on the page. So that's why I chose this particular photo of Sam and I. And this was taken on, I think taken on the ferry at South Bank in Brisbane. We spent a day in the city together, and that was on the ferry. And I loved this washi tape. I could have filled up the whole page with this washi tape. It's just so, so sweet and cute. It's little, what are they? Arrows, and they've got love heart and then the word love in them, and it's just a nice little grey colour, and I really, really liked it. And of course I had to use one of the flare badges on there. Again, it's the same pattern as the cut out hearts, only it's already coloured in for you. And then I just chopped the end off that tag. I didn't want the whole tag, but I want that little bit of pink to come out on the side. It's just a hint of pink on the side. So I popped that in there, and I can't remember what else I put on there. Oh, I used one of the, what are they called, resin hearts, and I can't remember what else I put in. Oh, there's the little resin heart. I tried to use up a few of the elements that came in the kit. I couldn't use everything, and I didn't want to because I knew I wanted to save some for the other layout that I'm going to do. So that's the title that I went with, You and Me, which actually covers up a bit of the really, really dark bit of the pink. And I like that because then it's not quite, excuse me, as in your face as it could have been. So as I said before, it was a really simple layout to put together, and it was really quick. I did use their sketch. I think I showed it at the beginning of the video. So if you wanted to give a sketch like this a go, definitely have a look at that. It was a nice, easy sketch to go off. There was nothing too complicated. There wasn't too many layers. There wasn't too many embellishments or anything like that in it, or like embellishment clusters. it was just nice and sweet and simple, and I really, really enjoyed that. What else did I put in there? Oh, that's a gold heart. That was from one of the, I can't remember what it was from, possibly from Amy Tan maybe. And that's a foam heart that I had lying around. It was literally the last thing on a sheet of Thickers, the thicker words. That was the last thing on the sheet, and I've been trying to get it on a layout or on a Project Life, and it finally made it on something. So I'm so happy. I finally used up an entire sheet of Thickers. That's an achievement for me, being a scrapbooker for a number of years. To finally use an entire sheet without throwing anything else, throwing anything out, is a massive achievement. So I just put some enamel dots around there, and then I worked on a couple of embellishment clusters in the top left and bottom right corner. So just adding a little bit more of that washi tape. See, I told you I could have covered the whole page in it. Now I only stuck to 2 little bits. I think I'm going to make some embellishments with that washi tape. I just like it so much. I don't know why. It's so simple. Maybe that's why I like it, because it's simple and it's sweet, and I like the grey colour. I'm really into the neutral, monotone sort of things at the moment. That's my go at the moment, as the kids would say. I think that's what the kids say. I really don't know. I'm too old to know what the kids are doing these days, unless they're a 4-year-old. That was a puffy sticker I had from my stash. It just says hello, but it was the whole thing was just too big. It just didn't look right in that space. So I chopped off a bit off the bottom and a bit off the top. And I do actually use those 2 chopped up bits down the bottom. You'll see me do that in a minute. I think I added 2 enamel dots up there as well. And this is the cut off bits. So it was just the top little strip and the bottom little strip. They're only probably about 3 centimeters big, not even that. 2.5 millimeters, 2.5 millimeters thick. And they just filled that space absolutely perfectly. I couldn't have picked a better embellishment, I don't think. I tried to get something else down there. I wanted to get a little bit of pink down there. I wanted to get the bow on the layout as well, but it was the wrong colour pink. It was just too much for this layout. And that was the twine that my kit was wrapped up in. What's it called? I can't remember what that stuff's called. I can't remember. It's like paper twine, and I just added that to those 2 little embellishment clusters, and I think that is the layout pretty much completed after I stick that down. I do add some pink Heidi Shine. Sorry, I've got that from Adele. That is what she calls it, and now I've started doing it. So I add some whatever it is, the pink ink that I used to do the letters. I just did some splatters of that, and that was the layout done. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye!